What's up, everyone? Mr. Nutsu Gamer giving you guys another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 gameplay commentary, and I know what you guys are thinking. Why the hell are you playing BO4? Isn't today the launch of the Nuketown map, the big update for Cold War? I don't give a fuck, because I don't want to play that shitty game. Even though I bought it, I paid for it, I'm not going to enjoy the game any more than I did, what was it, a week and a half ago? When I last played it. No, I think it was actually the last time I made that video. I think it was almost 3 weeks ago, actually, because I've been very inactive on this channel, a lot less active than you guys would expect, because just a month ago I'd make daily videos, day after day after day, and make a video every single day. And part of it is because I'm very frustrated with the direction that the Call of Duty series is headed in, so I've kind of taken a little bit of a break, and also some things going on in real life. I have a family member that was just diagnosed with cancer, so I'm dealing with that, and it's rough. So I have a lot of shit going on, and video games, they're an opportunity for me to just sit back, relax, and enjoy myself, to take my mind off of the shit that's stressing me out in real life, and that's the reason why we all play video games, right? But with Cold War, it frustrates me. It makes me really angry. It makes me really unhappy, and I'm not going to bring myself to that. It's a fucking game. Video games should be fun. So I'm here playing Black Ops 4. Even though today's the big update for Cold War, I can't go back to that game in its current state. Maybe that'll change, and maybe I'll make a separate video talking about how there's still a chance that Cold War could be good, because we had games like World War II and Black Ops 4 that were just awful at launch, but over time became better. But then again, you also have the opposite. You have games like Black Ops 3 that were really solid at launch, but over time with the updates and the supply drops got worse over time. So we don't know what's going to happen with Cold War. I try to be optimistic, but with the recent entries in the COD series, Black Ops 4 included, so I'm not trying to say that Black Ops 4 is perfect, but compared to Cold War, it's superior to Cold War in every possible way that you can imagine, because people in the COD community like to shit on Black Ops 4, and I'm one of those people that have said some negative things about the game, so I agree with you guys, right, that it's not a perfect game. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that it's a great game, or even, like, a good game. It's just a little bit above average, honestly. There's really nothing special about Black Ops 4. So I'm not going to try to put the game on a pedestal, say Black Ops 4 is one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time. It's not. It's not even close. It has a lot of problems. I got a big problem with the specialists, and the maps aren't great. But here's the thing about the maps. The reason why I hated the maps in Black Ops 4, especially the DLC maps, which you had to pay extra money, and the DLC maps were some of the worst maps we've ever had in the COD series. These just big-ass, giant-ass maps, Arsenal, Madagascar, think of these maps, these shitty maps. What was that Pinata Fiesta map? I forget what it was called. But you pay extra money for this content, and it's awful. But then on the other hand, you have the really good maps, but guess what? The really good maps are recycled shit that we've played over and over again. And I have a feeling that's what they're going to do with Cold War. They're going to bring back a lot of maps, throughout the season. They're going to bring back our favorite maps in COD history. But I want something different, and I like remade maps, but I think they're definitely going way overboard with it. But on the other hand, the new maps that they make from scratch, the brand new maps like Satellite and Moscow and Miami, oh my god, Miami, they're some of the worst maps in COD history. I'd rather play the shitty maps in World War II than any of the maps in Cold War, because World War II had some shitty-ass maps. Let's face it. I mean, we had USS Texas. Don't even get me started with Gustav Cannon. I'd rather play those awful maps than the shit we got in Cold War. And I'd rather play the shittiest map in Black Ops 4. Madagascar, I think, is probably one of the shittiest maps. I'd rather play on Madagascar than Satellite, because Satellite's just fucking head glitches all over the place. The layout of the map sucks. Miami is just too fucking big. Maybe if it was like Ground War, like 12v12 or 15v15, it would be nice and fun and chaotic, but it's too fucking big. Like my penis. It's just too fucking big. That map. And Moscow is kind of like okay, but it's not good either. I'm really not a fan of that one. So, I mean, any of the maps, even the original maps in BO4, are better than all the maps they had to offer in Cold War. It's just the truth. I never played zombies, so as far as zombies goes, I'm not going to say that Black Ops 4 zombies are better than Cold War zombies. I will say I have a lot more fun with Blackout than Warzone, which is a fairly unpopular opinion. And of course, Black Ops 4 does not have a campaign, while Cold War does, so there are some things that Cold War has over Black Ops 4, but not a whole lot. As far as the multiplayer goes, there's nothing that Cold War does better than BO4. We talked about the maps. The weapons, I'd say, are a bit even. Like, I would say it's about even, except I think Cold War is actually better because they're not going to do the shitty supply drop thing that Black Ops 4 did. Even though with Black Ops 4, you could get any weapon you want at this point. So playing Black Ops 4, let's just say this. If you haven't played Black Ops 4 in 2 years, the last time you played the game was like late 2018, early 2019. It's a much different and it's a much better game today than it was back then. So that's why I'm not going to like completely write off Cold War and say, oh, it's going to fail. It has no chance at succeeding. It's just an awful game, worst Call of Duty game of all time. I mean, I have said that it's the worst COD, but there is a chance for it to improve. But as it stands right now, Black Ops 4 is the better game to play. And with backwards compatibility, you can play it on the PS5, you can play it on the Series X with better frame rates and everything, or I don't even know because I'm not into next gen. I have a PC, so I don't know if they have like an upgraded performance. I know they're doing it with some games, but not with others. Let me know in the comments down below if they're actually going to enhance the Call of Duty games. I'm not sure about that. But the point is, if you have a new, shiny new next gen system, you can play Black Ops 4 easily. So I think that's what you should do. If you're frustrated with Cold War, but you also don't like how fucking slow Modern Warfare is, and how shitty that game is, Black Ops 4 is probably your best option because it moves really fast, it's a lot faster than Modern Warfare, and you do have a lot of frustrating shit with the specialists and everything, but I take the specialists over the awful, awful Scorestreak system they put in with Cold War. That pretty much is a participation trophy for everyone that plays. You can have a negative KD and get the high streaks, even though it takes a long time. Feasibly, if you're playing like a long game mode like Domination or something, you can be a shitty-ass player, barely getting a 1 KD. And the thing is, it's not even that you're a shitty player, right? Because the skill-based matchmaking, everyone's a shitty player. So, that's the thing. Skill-based matchmaking, you don't have that shit in Black Ops 4. I mean, it is in Black Ops 4. There is skill-based matchmaking, and you can see that this match is really competitive. But it doesn't feel forced. Doesn't it feel really organic? Like it's going back and forth and back and forth. But that's also not every single game I play in BO4. It does have a lot more variety than Cold War, because with Cold War, they do have skill-based matchmaking in both games, in Black Ops 4 and Cold War, but Cold War, they just cranked it up a lot, that it's very noticeable compared to Black Ops 4, let's just put it that way. And yeah, I the specialists, they're an acquired taste, but I take the specialist and the bullshit that you have with that, with the seeker mines and all the bullshit, like the cheap deaths that you don't deserve, you just get killed because someone charged up their fucking specialist. I hate that, but you know what I hate more? The fucking Scorestreak system that, where the fucking shit doesn't reset upon death, where you have to spend fucking 2,000 points on a UAV. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like, I get so frustrated playing this game. It gives me fucking migraines trying to play Cold War. And going back to Black Ops 4, even though it has its own problems, it's a lot better in every way than Cold War. So, I'd recommend you guys, if you hate Modern Warfare, if you were really let down by that game, but you're also not a big fan of Cold War, check out Black Ops 4. There are also a lot of good options as well, like World War II, and going back, Black Ops 3 is a really good futuristic COD, but I think if you want that Treyarch feel and you want like a more modern COD experience, Black Ops 4 is the way to go. So, here's the scoreboard that we're going to have right now. See, I got a 3.27 KD. No one's getting a 3.27 KD in Cold War. Maybe their first match because the skill-based matchmaking hasn't kicked in yet, but Cold War, you'd be lucky to get a 1 KD. So it was a lot of fun playing this match. It's a lot more fun than anything I've ever done in Cold War. And I don't know when the next time I'll play that game. Hopefully they fix the theater mode at least in Cold War. With Black Ops 4, it's weird. It shows me on the enemy side, but at least you can actually show hit markers because there's no hit markers in the fucking Cold War theater mode, which is really weird. So there's a lot of bugs they have to fix, and there's definitely time for them to fix it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Cold War, but as it stands right now, I want to stay as far away from that game as possible. So hopefully you guys can understand that. If you guys are let down, if you want me to cover Cold War and talk about Cold War nonstop, you can go ahead and unsubscribe and subscribe to a different YouTube channel, because I'm not going to play something that I don't enjoy. That's just not who I am. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.